Hi Flosstube, my name is Emer and I'm back for my second episode of Flosstube. Um, May has been quiet enough. I haven't been taking part in Stitch Mania, so I didn't have a lot of starts. I mentioned in my last video that I was awaiting an order from 123 Stitch. I am still awaiting that. It had only shipped a couple of days ago, and I know that's not their fault, like things are very busy right now, but I did have to send a few emails being like, hey, just checking. But they were very helpful, and it's sent out now, so I can't wait. It'll be a couple more weeks, I think, before it arrives, but it might surprise me someday. So as of the whips that I was working on last video, I've actually only worked on one, which was the Sacred Bee by the Little Stitcher on Etsy. Now I have made a lot of progress on this, which I would hope I did because it's been the only thing I worked on all May. All that remains now is a little brown border to go across the top, as well as the text, the Sacred Bee. Not going to lie, I was very tempted when I finished the ladies to call it there, but I sent it to my boyfriend telling him that I was considering leaving out the text, and he was like, Emer, you will regret not properly finishing this. And I have to admit, he's right. So I'm going to finish it properly. I'm still not sure how I'd like to fully finish it. I could see something with lots of like golds, browns, maybe some like wood to back it would be very nice. But I'll have to finish the stitching first. Mentioning my boyfriend, we've been together for about 4.5 years now. But he also stitches, and one of the first pieces that he stitched, he gifted to me. Unfortunately, I can't quite remember who the pattern designer was. I may ask him, and I'll pop it down in the video description. It was a free pattern, from what I can recall. That doesn't terribly narrow it down. But it's a wonderful little Victorian stagecoach, and I love it so much. I want to get it framed. I'm holding out for the perfect frame. I want something oval shaped, something like Gothic and Victorian inspired to match the piece itself. He's great, and I love that he stitched something for me, because I've stitched pieces for him in the past. So it's nice to know that we both understand all the love and work and time that goes into making a piece of cross stitch. Yeah. So I've no more whips, I've no new starts. I do, however, have a fully finished object. My antique Celtic sampler, or Here There Be Monsters. Now I'm not in love with the frame, to be perfectly honest. It was €1.50 from Deals. I saw it, knew it would fit, and I just really wanted to get it into something that sort of is not sitting in a pile, so that it's not going unappreciated. So I'm going to stick it down in the living room, and hopefully my housemates will like it, that they won't object. Who put this ugly thing here? Emer, get rid of it. Nah, they won't do that. I'm not terribly experienced with framing, so I tried my best to lace it up, and then I wasn't, like, it doesn't have, I'm not sure what you call it, it doesn't have like a pad between the fabric and the back of the frame, because it was a cheap frame. There is zero room for that. So I just laced it across the back and then folded in the corners and sort of sewed them into themselves. I am pretty pleased with how it worked out. I'm aware there's more space in the bottom than the top, but it's fine. Like I'm planning on reframing it anyway. So because I knew I wouldn't have a whole lot of cross-stitch related stuff to show you guys this video, I thought I would dig out some of my crochet that I'm currently working on. I've finished a lot of objects. I've done like hats, gloves, scarves, a lot of amigurumis, little stuffed toys. People love those. I made those for a lot of friends. I made them for a craft fair at Christmas and it went really, really well. But what I'm going to show you today, sorry, it's Lady Grey tea, my favourite tea. I decided to treat myself. So the first crochet item is the Persian Tiles blanket by Jenny Crow. And I've seen this blanket stitched a lot and I really wanted to do it myself. Trying to see, are there more pictures of the finished blanket inside? Not really. You can sort of see what all the pieces laid out look like. So I started this probably in March when the lockdown started, and I haven't really worked on it terribly much since I've been mostly cross stitching, but I have a single tile and I just love the colours. I love the orange, the yellow, the red, and how they contrast with the blues, and then the white. I don't know if you can see a little crossover stitch there. I love it. However, it takes forever. So I have one tile done. I will probably pick this back up again when the weather gets colder. Unless I take a notion that I would like to do a second tile. But this blanket isn't going to see a finish in 2020. 2021 maybe. Who knows? Secondly, I have something that's a little bit more done, shall we say. This blanket is Briar Rose by Hooked on Sunshine, one of my favourite crochet pattern designers. They do amigurumi under the name of Projectarian, and their blankets are Hooked on Sunshine. This was done using, the colourway is Wood Nymph. Oh, Lion Brand Mandala Wood Nymph. And it's so pretty. I love the colours. I'm not typically one for lots of pinks. I like purples, but something about this colourway, and it's very lovely. I really like sort of the purples you can see along here and then a bit above it as well. The whole thing is it's very cozy. It's very nice. I have completed what the pattern says to do. I'm just continuing on because I want it to be a decent size. I probably should have measured it before this video, but it stretches out further than you can see. Ideally, I would like it to cover me. I'm quite a short woman, 5'1", though I often lie and say I'm 5'2". At the moment, I think it covers my legs, so a couple more rounds and it will approach the size of what I would like it to be. I'm not really sure what to do with it afterwards. Like I said, it's not my typical colour scheme, but there's no reason why I couldn't keep it. I've spent so long working on it that I don't particularly want to gift it. You know, when you don't have someone in mind, when you start making a project, and then as you make it, you just want to keep it because you haven't been training yourself to picture giving it away. You don't want to get rid of it. I'm really enjoying the feel of it and how it drapes, and it's just, it's a lovely blanket. I will definitely make more of the Hooked on Sunshine. Why is that so hard to say? Hooked on Sunshine blankets in the future. They have some really, really gorgeous designs. I love that whenever a new pattern is released, Ravelry just crashes. Like, you can't load that page with people trying to buy that pattern. It makes me happy. It makes me feel like part of a community, knowing that there are so many people out there that Ravelry servers cannot support people wanting to own this blanket. It's great. As for my cross stitch plans, I am still waiting on the order from 123 Stitch. I just have to be patient. Not very good at it, but that's what I have to do. But yeah, I have fallen in love with the Witchy Stitcher on Etsy. I was convinced to start watching American Horror Story and was told that I would enjoy season 3, Coven, the most. So I've been watching that and being aware of the Witchy Stitcher shop. And the more I watch, the more I feel like I need to stitch something cool and witchy, and I love the patterns. There's a Baba Yaga one that's so cool. I like the I think I've got Witchcraft on my lips, as well as their like Witchcrafts piece that I've seen some people stitch. A lot of great patterns that if I finish the Sacred Bee and they have not arrived yet, my order from 123 Stitch has not arrived yet, I might treat myself to a Witchy Stitcher pattern and use fabric and threads I already have, not ordering anything new for it, and start one of those. And then I'm sure once I start it, my fabric will arrive the next day and I'll want to start everything I have planned, and my month of like monogamy to a piece and getting great progress will just be gone. Aside from that, my time has mostly been taken up with being a student. All my classes have finished, my assignments have finished, our exams were mostly replaced by assignments. I think I had one exam. Now all that's left is my thesis. We were given a 1-week extension due to the current state of the world, and I'm really grateful for that. I actually have finished a chapter. I finished the Lit Review chapter, which is the greatest word count wise. So I'm pretty pleased with that. The actual statistical modelling and stuff, I've left the hard part for after the Lit Review. So with this coming week, I'll start working. I mean, I'll start working on the statistics side of the thesis, which I am looking forward to. I'm really pleased with how the Lit Review turned out, and I went through a phase where I was doubting myself, I was doubting the thesis topic. I just wasn't in love with it, and then something clicked in my Lit Review. Like I mentioned before, I'm doing a master's in public health. My background is in genetics, so I'm combining those two. So my thesis is part industry review of genetic testing companies, and then part statistical modelling, and that will feed into the industry review because we'll be looking at accuracy and validity and stuff. But just reading about it and seeing how much work there is to do, like I should make a separate video if anyone's interested on my thesis. I'm not sure many are. It's quite a niche area. But to cut a long story short, I'm really enthusiastic about it now. I can't wait to see what sort of results I get. I can't wait to have the leather bound hard copy. It has to be in like a dark royal blue. Our name has to be in like a gold lettering with titles in gold lettering. It's going to be great. I hope. So yeah. I'm a little sad that this video is a bit short, made lengthier by me talking about my thesis and my crochet. Sorry to anyone who just wanted to see cross-stitch stuff. You've probably stopped watching by now. I will make a bigger video, no doubt, whenever my order from 123 Stitch arrives. I'll get to show it off. I'll talk a little bit more about my plans for the fabric I've ordered, and oh, I can't wait. Thanks for watching, guys. Please leave a comment, hit the like button, like and subscribe. Felt wrong to say that. Do whatever you want. If you have a Flosstube channel, comment down below. I'd love to check it out. I love watching Flosstube. It's a great way to de-stress. And it makes me want to stitch. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!